Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, so today I have a little story time for you guys. Might get a little heated. I'm still pretty upset about it. It happened earlier today. So last week I went to the doctor because you gotta get like your physical. You gotta get checked out. Make sure you're not dying. And because I'm a big boy, she wanted to make sure I did not have no diabetes, no high cholesterol, nothing like that. So I had to get my blood tested. So today, went in to get my blood tested. This is how it ended up. There's one hole there, and they didn't put me in it, but there's one hole there. That doesn't add up. You need one needle, not three, one. So let's start off with this. This lady was so rude. I walked up in there. We had to like sign in on this little kiosk, and my mom was getting her blood drawn too. So I was like, okay, but like I don't want to go without you because like I don't want them to shove a needle in my arm. And she's like, okay, well, because we put in her name first, so she was going to go first. She's like, okay, well, I'll just ask them, like, if you can go first. So the lady called my mom back, and she was like, well, can he go first? Because, like, he doesn't want to be alone. She's like, well, by the time they get him in there and get him all set up, you should be done with your blood. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, immediately after they were walking her back, like, she's still in the hallway, they called me back, and I'm like, well, this obviously ain't going to work, because it should take the same amount of time, so whatever. So Kendall goes back with me. And we sit down, and this lady was like,
what do you need done?
And I was like, girl, like, blood drawn? I don't know. Like, my mother's right there, like, I don't know. Like, and she's like,
okay.
And then we walk in, and she's like,
do you have your insurance card?
And my mom was in the next room over, so Kendall ran over and got it. And this lady seemed frustrated. I was like, what do you want me to, like, I don't carry my, like, my mom had to, like, no, like, I don't do that. So she came back, Kendall came back, and the lady's like,
and it says you have a $76 like patient responsibility amount or whatever.
We needed a credit card to put. So I was like, girl, like I don't have $76, like we're gonna get my mom's card. So Kendall went over to the next room to get my mom's card, and this lady legitimately, here, where's like a book or something. So like, this is the desk, like waiting for Kendall to come back with mom's credit card. She's like,
can you hurry up?
I was like, who are you talking to? Like, you don't gotta be rude. You know what I mean? Like, you're taking my blood. Like, I'm here. Like, you're working. Like, don't be rude. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, ow, that hurt. Like, don't be rude. I was about to say something to her, like, don't be rude, but like, she was about to put a needle in my arm, so I thought that probably wasn't the best idea. So we proceed with the whole thing. She's like,
who's your doctor?
For when I had my physical, I saw a different doctor than my normal doctor because my normal doctor wasn't available at the time. So I told her my normal doctor's name, and she goes, because that was not one of the choices, so she just hits one, and I was like, it turns out it was the right one, but I was kind of like, why are you gonna ask me if you're just gonna hit a different one than I just told you anyway? So anyway, she does that. So she goes to put the needle in, and she ties the thing really tight around my arm, so like my veins will appear, and I have this one weird vein. It's like a blue, yeah, you can see it right there. It's like a blue vein right there, and last time I had my blood drawn, they told me they cannot take it from there. I don't know why. They just said they couldn't. So she's like pushing around right in here, like trying to find a vein, and she has me, oh, that hurt actually. She has me like squeezing my palm. She finds the vein, which is a normal vein they take the blood from. She inserts this needle. I almost hit her. It hurt. Like, it wasn't like painful, but I was like that hurt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't. She just, I was like, don't. Okay. So the vial starts like filling up with blood. I'm like, trying not to pass out, and it just stops. There's no more blood coming from my veins, and I'm like, that's not good. Like, isn't that how you die? Like, I'm pretty, like, she was freaking me out. I'm kind of like, she's like, oh, there's no, oh, let me adjust this. Okay. She's like,
there's no more, like, it's not coming out.
I was like, oh, okay, so, like, fix it. Like, what do I do? So she tried another hole. Like, she pulls the needle out. She gets a new, like, vial, and she tries another hole, and guess what? No blood came out of that hole either. So she's, like, in my skin. Like, the needle's in my skin. She's, like, moving it around and, like, trying to find the vein. And I'm like, if I do not hit this lady, it will be a miracle. I was like, stop, like, don't do that. And she's like,
did you drink water?
And I was like, no, like, what do you, because, so, okay, I'm not like trying to blame this on my mother, but last night I was asking my mom, because this is like a fasting one, so you can't eat after midnight the night before, and I was like, well, can I like drink? Like, we weren't sure, and my mom like knows you can't drink before like surgery. I know this wasn't surgery, but she's like, I would say no. It's like, I didn't drink. I was like, I mean, I drank a lot of fluids yesterday, and I didn't drink any today. And she's like,
well, you needed to like drink before you come and get your blood.
Like, she was so rude about it. I was like, how am I supposed, do I look like a doctor? I'm 16. Like, how, I just told you that. Like, how do you think I look like a doctor? Like, what am I? So she was like trying to get my blood, and she was like moving the needle around. I was like, stop. So she just kept moving the needle. So then she's like,
okay, no blood's coming out.
What does that mean? There's a hospital right across the street. I can go there. Maybe we can fix this. I don't know. So she goes and gets this other lady. This lady comes in. She's so nice. She's like,
oh, is this like your first time having blood drawn?
Like, no, I've done it like twice before, but it was like 3 or 4 years ago. So like, I didn't know you were supposed to drink water. And she's like,
oh, okay, that's fine.
And this lady, she checks the holes that she like put them in. She's like, okay. Then she checks this arm. She has me like squeeze my palm, and I'm like, okay. This girl puts it in the side of my arm. Legitimately, like, this is the inside right here. She puts it in the side of my arm. What? That one hurt. The other ones were like painful, but not like bad. Like, not like I'm gonna like punch you in the face, but like this one's like, stop. But she was nice, so I was okay with it. I was like, as long as you're not being rude. So she puts this needle in, and it was like, the blood was like dripping. Like, it came through the tube, but it was like not filling up that quick. And she even said, she goes,
it's kind of filling up like really slow.
Okay. Like, what do you want me to do? I can't just be like, blood flow faster. Like, I don't, like, I'm not the blood person like you are. So she's like doing this, and then the vial like fills up, and then she has to fill up another vial, and we're sitting there. I'm like, if I don't pass out, this will be, because I feel like dehydrated at this point, because like, they're, first off, they're taking blood, second off, they just told me my blood's like not there, so I'm kind of like worried, like, what does that mean? Like, am I gonna die? Turns out you probably won't die, I guess, but I don't know. They didn't take me to the hospital, so I guess I'm fine. And then I was just kind of like, they were taking this blood out, and the lady was still being like snotty and everything. I was like, who are you? Like, why? Like, no, she was just being rude. I was like, you can like leave. She'd be like,
you should have drank water, and like this wouldn't happen. She's like, drink water. You should have drank water.
I'm like, I get it. I should have drank water. So the other lady, I was like, am I gonna need to like, before she got the blood, I was like, am I gonna need to come back? And she's like, she just kind of giggled. I was like, what does that mean? So yeah, so they got the blood, and yeah, I'm not dead, but it was close. And I walk out of that office. I sit down, because I heard my mom in the next room. Her lady was so nice. I sit down in the waiting room waiting for my mom to come back out. She comes back out, and she's like, oh my gosh, that was so, like, the lady was so nice. And I was like, it looks like you and me had different experiences. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed my overreaction. That's actually what all this was. Like, I mean, and it did like happen the way it did. I said it did, but like, I overreact to like a lot of things. But I put this on my Snapchat story, like, whether I should make this or not, and like 3 people were like, yeah, you should do it, so I made it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my story time. If you guys want to see more story times, just let me know. Put it down in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you guys hit the bell right next to the subscribe button, you get notified every time I post. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.